The Senate will come to order. Ms. Cole, will you please call the roll?
Senators Bridges, Buckner, Coleman, Cook, Coram, Danielson,
Excused.
Donovan, Fenberg, Fields,
We do only the first regular session, so this is no limit. He had this one.
Fields,
All in the. Do you want these back? No, you can have them. This is just in place. Let me go check her out. Frank's getting her. Just hold on. She is, we're checking.
Absent.
Gardner, Janal, Gonzalez, Hanson, Heisey, Holbert, 100, Jaquez Lewis, Kirkmeyer, Kolker,
Here.
Lee, Liston, Lundeen, Moreno, Pedersen, Priola, Rankin, Rodriguez,
Absent.
Scott.
Excused.
Simpson. Smallwood. Sonnenberg.
Good morning.
Story.
Here.
Winter. Woodward.
He had a doctor's appointment.
Zenzinger. Fields.
Oh, I thought you were asking about Scott or somebody.
Rodriguez. Mr. President.
Here. With 33 present, 0 absent, 2 excused, we have a quorum. Would the good senator from Vail please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues and guests, please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance to the flag
to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the journal. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the journal of Friday, January 28th, 2022 be dispensed with and that the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Senate Services.
Correctly printed Senate Bill 93 and 94. Correctly revised House Bill 1027.
Consideration of resolutions. Members, before taking up this resolution, I want to remind us all that the House is also considering this resolution today. We will vote on this resolution first, and then after it has been considered, we will have discussion. That way it can be sent over to the House without having them wait on our discussion. Consideration of resolutions. Will the clerk please read the title to SJR 003?
Senate Joint Resolution 003 by Senators Sonnenberg and Quorum and Representatives Pelton and McCormick concerning the designation of Colorado 4-H Day.
Senator Quorum.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move SJR 003.
To the resolution, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is the time that we honor our 4-H. I know we're going to have the opportunity to talk about it later, and so I will reserve my time for that.
The motion.
I would ask that it be read at length.
The motion is, the request is that the Senate Joint Resolution 003 be read at length. Ms. Cole, please read the resolution.
Senate Joint Resolution 003 by Senators Sonnenberg and Quorum and Representatives Pelton and McCormick concerning the designation of Colorado 4-H Day. Whereas the Colorado 4-H Youth Development Program is founded on the notion that youth are a vital resource for ensuring a better tomorrow and assisting youth as they prepare for the future is the 4-H program's central mission. And whereas the Colorado 4-H program is an integral part of Colorado State University's extension and is fundamental to the land-grant university mission, and whereas more than 110,000 Colorado youth, with the guidance of more than 10,000 adult and youth volunteer leaders, currently contribute to their communities and gain practical experience in workforce preparation and career exploration through 4-H projects and activities, and whereas 4-H equips and empowers young people with essential life skills like confidence, courage, resilience, and curiosity, and prepares them for life today and tomorrow. And whereas 4-H serves every county and parish in America through a network of 100 land-grant universities and the cooperative extension system with 3,000 county offices nationwide. And whereas the 4-H organization is led by a unique public-private partnership that includes the National 4-H Council and the National Institute of Food and Agriculture within the United States Department of Agriculture. And whereas Colorado 4-H returns an estimated $45 million annual to the Colorado economy, plus $31 million in added value through volunteer time contributions, resulting in a tenfold return on investment based on the cost to conduct the program. And whereas whereas a decade-long longitudinal study of positive youth development showed that, compared to their peers, youth involved in 4-H programs are nearly twice as likely to be civically active, ages 8 through 12, nearly twice as likely to make healthier choices, grade 7, nearly twice as likely to participate in science, engineering, and computer technology programs during time outside of school, grades 10 through 12, and nearly 4 times more likely to make contributions to their communities, grades 7 through 12. And whereas participation in 4-H in Colorado is open to youth from the ages of 5 to 19 from all economic, social, and cultural backgrounds, now therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the 73rd General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the House of Representatives concurring herein, that the General Assembly salutes the Colorado 4-H program in its efforts to prepare Colorado's youth for the future by providing a wealth of opportunities for young people to acquire vital life skills such as decision-making, leadership and communication skills in a hands-on, friendly learning environment. Commends Colorado State University Extension for its work in supporting the mission of the Colorado 4-H program, recognizes the invaluable contribution of the thousands of adult volunteers whose efforts enhance the 4-H experience for Colorado youth, and encourages young people in Colorado to get a head start on life by participating in 4-H activities, and that the Colorado General Assembly hereby declares Monday, January 31st, 2022 to be Colorado 4-H Day in recognition of the 4-H program's efforts on behalf of Colorado's youth.
The motion is the adoption of Senate Joint Resolution 003. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 2 excused, Senate Joint Resolution 003 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Senator Quorum.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would ask that the current roll call be counted as co-sponsors.
Seeing no objection, the current roll call will be added as co-sponsors on Senate Joint Resolution 003. Discussion regarding the resolution. Senator Quorum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Once again, it is an honor for me to carry this resolution with the good senator from Sterling. I'm glad that he's up and well and doing well this morning. But, you know, 4-H is what it does, it builds leaders. And many people think about 4-H being as a strictly rural organization. But it is throughout the state, it is throughout the nation in training leaders for tomorrow. And it's such an honor for me to carry this with the good senator from Sterling. Just very pleased with all your support. Thank you.
Further discussion. Senator Sonnenberg.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and welcome to all the 4-Hers that are at the Capitol today. We are proud of you and the work that you are doing. I can tell you that where I am today, much of that can be attributed to what I learned in my years in 4-H. Whether it was the leadership of the meetings, how to run a meeting, whether it was those doggone record books that I spent all the night before they were due to finish up, whatever that was, the social interaction to making sure that we took care of the animals, that the projects got done, that you completed the projects. That was all part of developing leadership skills to put me in this position today. I know we have struggled a little bit. Our extension agents, we put $8.5 million new CSU has invested in our rural initiative. We've been struggling a little bit with that, but know that we are going to work on that. The extension agents throughout Colorado, we are going to work much harder on that and help with 4-H programs even more than they are now. Thank you for being here today. I apologize that I am not there with you. Look forward to seeing you again in the near future in your own communities. Thanks again.
Senator Quorum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members and guests, we have members of the 4-H on the floor and in the balcony. And will you all please stand to be recognized? Thank you very much.
Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President. And would you please go ahead and stay standing? Sorry. I was a 10-year 4-H member myself. A lot of folks who are in leadership positions have gone through 4-H. It is a great opportunity for youth. It's a great opportunity for leadership. And when I was a Weld County Commissioner, I used to say that it was one of the best leadership programs that we could invest in as a county commissioner. So I would ask, because I'm not sure everyone knows what the 4-H pledge is, that you would join me in saying the pledge today. So let's begin. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. My friend from Montrose, the good senator from Montrose, talked about how 4-H is everywhere in our state. It isn't just a matter of rural Colorado. I have the honor of representing Douglas County, which I understand was one of the original counties in Colorado from 1861, when Colorado became a U.S. territory. At that time, Douglas County stretched from the foothills, if you think of Roxborough Park or where it meets up with Jefferson County at Waterton Canyon. Douglas County stretched from there all the way to Kansas. It doesn't do that anymore. But, Mr. President, you have the honor of representing Pueblo, where the state fair is held. My friends from Weld County, they have a big county fair there. Ag is big in Weld County, certainly. But if you're looking for somewhere closer, maybe the buffer now between urban and rural Colorado, suburban Douglas County, you think of Highlands Ranch and Lone Tree and Parker, come down to Castle Rock in August and meet the young men and women of the Douglas County 4-H effort. Meet them as they come out and shake hands and look you in the eye and smile and tell them about their work and the animals that they've raised. Come and attend the 4-H auction, where Cowboy After Hours, business people and leaders from Douglas County will put in resources to bid up the bids on those animals, so that these kids can pursue higher degrees, go on to college. We see that at the state level, Mr. President, again with the state fair in Pueblo, and the efforts of the Denver Rustlers to bring financial resources to the men and women, young men and women who raise those animals, and that's such a critical part of their future, their college pursuits. But to 4-H, I just want to say thank you to all of the young men and women who are here. Proud to have had that learning experience over the past 11 years, going on 12, being a member of the legislature here and being a part of the Douglas County Fair. If you haven't seen this yet, maybe come August, you come down and visit us in Castle Rock for the next Douglas County Fair. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the risk of incurring a fine, which I'm gladly willing to pay, I want to invite the young people here, because I want to get a sense of where y'all are from. And so if you're from Southern Colorado, will you make some noise? Oh, Northern Colorado, make some noise. Eastern Plains? Yeah. Front Range. Denver proper. We got some work to do, y'all. As the senator from downtown Denver, we've got some work to do. Shout out to all of you for all of the work that you all do. I want to see if there's anyone from the mountain communities. Thank y'all. Western Slope. Yeah. Who traveled the farthest, do you think, to get here? Where are y'all from? Cortez. That's what's up. Y'all, thank you for all of the ways that you show up in your communities, in your schools, and in your families. The leadership that you all are providing now will serve you for generations to come. So thanks.
We welcome you, members and guests. Although the Good Senator from Denver will be fined $10 for discussing and talking with the members in the gallery, but given a $1 credit for referencing those from Southern Colorado. $1 credit is now $9, Cindy. Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for the senators for bringing this resolution forward. It is one of those that we do annually, and it is great to see folks back in the building to be able to celebrate it and what 4-H means to our state and to our youth in person again. I knew when I walked in this morning and started seeing belt buckles and cowboy hats that it was 4-H Day, but I did want to come up here and say a couple things about the importance of 4-H and the importance of youth being involved in groups like this. First of all, it's incredibly inspirational to stand at this podium and be able to look out and see how many committed young people there are to even your simple commitment today to travel here, to make that a priority, to come and advocate for your beliefs, and knowing what that means in the decades to come, that we have all these remarkable souls already committed to the future of our country and our nation and our state. It's wonderful to see. It's inspirational, and it's a great way to start the week off. I also really appreciate with 4-H the fact that you guys focus on service and what it means to be good people and what it means to serve your community. As the chair of Senate Ag, I've had the great pleasure for the past 4 years of being in the majority and being able to work on issues. But for the first 4 years I was here, I was in the minority and served on Ag with Senator Sonnenberg being the chair. And what I've appreciated with those two experiences was that in Ag, when it comes to those issues, when it comes to advancing the values that you learn from working the land and waking up early and going to bed late and maybe waking up every 3 hours to make sure you're taking care of a sick lamb or a sick calf, is that a lot of times in the Agricultural Committee, we don't really talk about if you're a Democrat or if you're a Republican. We just talk about what hard work means and what commitment means and what it means to take care of the land and that generational perspective that being in agriculture gives you. So it's wonderful to see an institution that continues to celebrate that. And I was bouncing around the web pages this morning of a couple of the 4-H clubs, and that aspect of 4-H actually even seems to be rising in elevation. Civil discourse, how we can work together to advance what we can all do to help each other. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for making those commitments, not just today, but for the rest of your lives. Boy, do I wish I did 4-H when I was young. It would have saved me a lot of questions I have now as I got into Ag later in life. And man, learning some of those things early would have saved me a lot of the questions I now call the senator from Sterling to ask him. Luckily, he picks up the phone most times and helps me through. So you guys are a step ahead in a lot of ways. And just thank you for dedicating yourselves now for what will pay off for the decades to come for the betterment of our country. Thanks for being in 4-H.
Senator Heisey.
Thank you, Mr. President. Happy to pay the fine for my good colleague from Denver. I was so happy to see her come down here and recognize that there is 4-H for her constituents right here. We are in her district, so thank you. I too was a 4-H'er, grew up rural, so that was really kind of my focus, beef cattle. However, my sister, the further she could stay away from the barn, the better she liked it. So she did cooking and sewing, and I'm not sure what else. So I was aware that there were things other than livestock, but in my mind that just didn't compute why you would do that if you had the chance to actually get your hands on the fur. But when I came back as a county commissioner, I got involved with the local 4-H again, and I realized how much a larger part the non-agriculture portion of 4-H is. So I just want to encourage you, there's something out there for everybody, for all of your kids. They all have the same leadership opportunities. I took advantage of government leadership in 4-H, went up to the state capitol in Oregon. They were not in session, so I didn't have the opportunity to see what was going on, but I shared that with some folks in El Paso County at a volunteer appreciation, and I said, be careful what you're doing to your kids. They could end up as a county commissioner, which I was at the time, and I think about 3 families pulled their kids out of 4-H that day. But really thrilled to see all of you, and glad you're here, and I know some of what you're doing. So you make me feel better about the future.
Announcements. Members and guests, will you please help me recognize Senator Kevin Grantham, who's joining us here today in the Senate. Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a tradition to always respect a former president when he or she is introduced. I hope that in the future the same courtesy will be paid to former majority leaders. We'll see. You know I'm a hockey fan. I just want to give a shout out again to the Colorado Avalanche. 18 in a row at home. Go Avs!
Senator Hansen.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Members of Senate Approps, we're getting this session off to a fast start. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow morning at 8:45. We have one bill, Senate Bill 13, brought by Majority Leader and the Minority Leader, will be an LSB-B, again at 8:45. Gavel in to hear one bill, Senate Bill 13.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, there is a training today starting in just a few minutes, or upon adjournment. I'm not sure if the House is still doing their thing over there, but there is a training today. You may have received an email and some information about it. Wanted to remind folks, so if they want to attend, they have all the details. It is a voluntary but encouraged training. It's a diversity, equity, and inclusion training. It is going to be facilitated by Dr. Michael Benitez of Metro State University. It's at 10:30, goes to about noon, is my understanding. There is a Zoom option if you'd like to do it in person. It's in the Old State Library, room 271. Hope to see many of you there or online. Again, 10:30 in the Old State Library, or use the Zoom link that should have been sent out. Mr. President, I think that's all we've got, and we do not have more bills that are on deadline, so we are going to adjourn. Mr. President, I move that the Senate adjourn until 9 a.m. Tuesday, tomorrow, February 1st.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it in the Senate. That motion is adopted, and the Senate will stand in adjournment until 0900 hours on Tuesday, February 1st, 2022.